All right, shalom, shalom. First off, we're going to give all praises to the Most High in the name of His only begotten Son. All right, so we'll face the east. Call halayim la Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rechaha Kadash. All right, I'm going to say shalom with the Hebrew Israelites out here once more to prophesy the downfall of this final wicked society, as well as the bid of the lost sheep of the house of Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, unto the marriage of Yahweh Shah. All right, so first off, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, those who rule well and who I learned this truth from. All right, and salutations to you brothers, man. Okay, and this is your brother, Rachagabar. All right, and like I said, we out here once more to prophesy the downfall of this final society, okay, and to bring our people into the marriage. All right, as you can see by this camp, all right, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. All right. All right, and it's windy, man, so Salakia, my phone might go down a couple times. All right, but hey, we gonna push, man. All right, so yeah, man. Hey, the doors are about to be shut in these streets again. Okay, and the inspiration of this lesson, all right, comes from Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter. All right, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pretty much go over some current events. All right, different prophecies and things playing out in the world around us. All right, that's showing you that look, these doors are about to be shut in these streets, man. All right, and it happened 3 years ago. And at the end of the day, shit's about to happen again. All right. So this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 3. It says, in a day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. All right. So really, this is going into what? A recession. You know, these different economists, all right, when they get an outlook for 2023, man, they telling you that this is about to be a bad year, man. All right, this is about to be a terrible year. Okay, you got the United Nations, all right, warning that millions of people around the world are going to starve to death, man. Okay, so those that look out the windows, meaning they looking, you know, at the future events, hey, they saying all bad shit's coming, man. All right, and that's what the prophets are doing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Okay, it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they're few. Okay, and we seeing that. Like everywhere you look, all right, people are getting laid off. Okay, and if they're not getting laid off, all right, they come back on hours. Okay, they can't cope with inflation. All right, and when you actually look, man, since 2020 all the way up until now, all right, these major retail stores have been closing thousands of stores. Okay, so your Walmarts, your Kohl's, Macy's, Amazon, right? They've been closing hella stores, man, and laying people off. Okay, so we're literally reading prophecy that's coming to pass. Okay, it says, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. When the sound of the grinding is low, recession, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Going into your celebrities, you know, the different hip hop stars, your rappers, right? Everybody's been seeing, man, a lot of these rappers are getting killed. Okay, a lot of the rappers are getting killed. You got these different NFL players, right? These different basketball players, man, hey, they dropping dead. You know, and everybody's wondering, like, why the hell is these people just randomly dropping dead? You know, and us in this truth, man, we know. You know, but I don't want to, you know, get this video taken down, all right, like they did my other lesson. So, you know, we're going to keep it, on the safe side, all right? But yeah, man, hey, people dropping dead, and at the end of the day, man, we know why these things are going on, all right? It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, man, all right? And that's what this lesson is going to be centered around, because when you look around, all right, it's many things that's playing out in the world, okay, all four corners, that's showing you why the door's going to be shut in the streets, okay? You got to read these prophecies, man, and then pretty much, since we're living in these times, we have to analyze what's playing out in the world, these different current events, and pair those things with the prophecies, man. All right, so it says, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. See, so all last year, what was they warning about? The outlook for 2023 was that there was going to be a major recession, man. All right, and I believe I got some statistics going into how they're saying nearly 1/3 of the population, all right, is going to enter into recession. Okay, and when you look at you know, the three largest economies, okay, the U.S., China, in Europe, all right, they're all going through it, man. Okay, which we got some, good info on China. Hey, because they financial capital has collapsed, man. When you look at China, all right, and so this is showing you that the grinding is low, the recession is here. Hey, and it's nothing good coming, man. All right. It says, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into these events, these current events, man. All right. Okay, this is let's see here. All right, we're gonna grab my first point dealing with China. Okay, because China is one of the world's largest economies. All right, and so when you understand it, man, these elites are crashing these world economies so that they can bring in this new infrastructure, this digital infrastructure. Okay, that's why when Russia was hit with those sanctions, what they do? They pretty much defaulted on their debt and pretty much rolled in their digital ruble. Okay, and so you're looking at China collapse, their financial capital, and so what's gonna happen? They're gonna bring in that charagma, man. All right, and the same thing is gonna happen to America and Europe. Okay, all right, but when you look at China, they were the main ones, all right, the most strict and rigorous when it comes to that lockdown. Okay, when we had that lockdown a couple years ago, man, China, they was the main ones who they pretty much didn't let up. Like you was hearing about it, like China stayed on full lockdown. Okay, pretty much all the way up until, the end of last year. Okay, but since they eased those different lockdown restrictions, because you have those different Chinese citizens, they was protesting and shit out in the streets, rioting. Okay, you seen videos beating up them different nurses and shit. The police was out. See, because those Chinese citizens was protesting, they pretty much eased those lockdown restrictions. All right, and as soon as they did that, man, all of those different C-19 cases skyrocketed. See, they skyrocketed, man. All right, and they're saying how the financial capital of China, which is Shanghai, okay, is collapsed, right? Because they're saying 70% of that population, all right, is infected with the Wuhan virus, man. All right, and Lord willing, they don't strike this video down, man, because hey, this is just the facts. You can look it up. All right, so they're saying 70% of Shanghai, all right, is infected with the virus. Okay, and that comes out to 20 some odd million people. Okay, so if you have that much of your population that has the virus, all right, that's overrunning the hospitals, okay, not being able to get care, all right, you got a lot of people dying, man. Okay, you got a lot of people dying over there, and that's why this article went out how, these different crematoriums over there, they're giving the families like 5 or 10 minutes to mourn, and then they got to keep it moving, man. Okay, which really that's prophecy, okay? Because scriptures tell you that the dead are going to be cast out in the streets as dung, right? Meaning you're not going to have time to mourn your loved ones, right? You're not going to have time to give them a proper burial because of the sheer level of all the death that's coming on the earth, okay? Let me grab that preset real fast, right? Give me one moment. All right, in 2nd Ezra chapter 5, all right, and from the top, it says, nevertheless, as coming the tokens, which goes into the prophecies, these visions that we're speaking to you, it says, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in great number, right? And the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. Okay, so when you pay attention, man, like, all right, a lot of people in the world are being taken in a great number because of the pestilence, right? You got people randomly dropping dead that took that juice, all right? And matter of fact, now over here in the U.S., they're saying, let me grab this, okay? Over here in the U.S., they're warning that this new variant that's out, it's called the XBB or some shit like that, all right? They're warning that this is the most contagious, infectious variant yet, all right? So out of all the other ones, right, Omicron, Delta, fucking, all these different variants they made, hey, they saying this one's the most infectious, all right? And so much so to the degree that if you already got the juice, or if you've already been infected, you're likely to be reinfected again, man. See, so that's how dangerous they're saying that this new variant is, all right? And it's called like XBB or something, right? So again, man, hey, we showing you these things that's about to show you why these doors about to be shut in these streets again. Okay. All right. So yeah, the WHO is warning that this is the most contagious variant yet. All right, and now you're hearing, these different states come out say how we should reintroduce the mask mandates. All right, where I'm at, Kansas City, all right, you got these different different health advisors, all right, pretty much saying how we need to bring the mask mandates back and everybody need to get juiced up. See, so that whole narrative, all right, that we were seeing 3 years ago, it's all coming back, man, showing you what this could be the event that causes these doors to be shut in these streets again. All right, and again, like I said, I'm gonna show you, through these different events going on, it's many different ways they could close them up. All right, one of the main ways though, it might be that pestilence. Okay, so yeah, with this virus, man, they saying, look, if you already had it, hey, you likely to catch this shit again. All right, and we know we in the time of this triple demic, people just randomly dropping dead. Hey man, it's all this shit going on. All right, and they want you to get juiced up again. Okay. All right. So yeah, man, when you look at China, like I said, China, all right, they've eased up on them lockdowns. Okay. So they took it away. And as soon as they did that, their financial capital pretty much collapsed. Okay. Because the health sector is being overrun. All right. These nurses and doctors ain't able to keep up with all these new patients. All right. And so, really, when you look at that, hey, it's showing you that they're going to have to lock back down again, okay? And that's why they're spreading this narrative of, these viruses and all this different thing, man. So, hey, we see that this shit is coming, all right? We see that it's coming. So let me grab this preset. All right, Salakia. All right. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6. All right, starting at verse 22. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So like I mentioned earlier, all right, you got the United Nations warning that millions of people, especially in them third world countries, hey, they about to start a death this year, man. All right, and we know that we've been hit with droughts. All right, Europe is in drought. The west coast of the United States is in drought. All right, and all these different things, man, have been showing you that, look, we was eating off of last year's crop. Okay, and essentially coming into this year, all right, there's not much food left. Okay, and we know these things are being engineered, right? But at the end of the day, man, look, they're making it to where you're gonna pretty much have to fight for food, and that's when you look at the Hunger Games. Right, it pretty much show you that. Okay, and when you look at the thumbnail that I had up, hey, that's scriptural, man. Right, when you look at the buildings, all right, these buildings being overgrown with different plants and shit like that, that's scriptural. Okay, let me grab that real quick and I'm gonna circle back. Right, because in these same times where the door's gonna be shut, where grinding is low, what the hell you think gonna be happening out in these streets, man? Nature gonna be taking its course, right? And they show you that in these different these movies, man. And they show you those things, right? Okay. This is all right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 in verse 22. It says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. Okay, and other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So again, when we go into the topic of this camp, man, hey, these doors about to be shut again. It could come by way of the pestilence. It could come by way of war, right? These different national emergencies that's going to be declared, man, is going to cause this shit to shut down. Okay? It says, verse 23, and the dead shall be cast out as dung. Okay? And like I said, when China, right, those crematoriums, hey, they giving you 5-10 minutes and then you got to bounce. Okay? Because it's just, that's how much death is going on, man. It says, and there shall be no man to comfort them. Okay? For the earth shall be wasted and the city shall be cast down, man. Right? So what's going to cause the earth to be wasted? It's going to be this time of great tribulation, man. All right? When ain't nobody working, ain't nobody able to get food, right? Everybody's scavenging and, you know, all these different things. Hey, that's what's gonna cause these people, all right, to waste their cities. Okay, and you seen foreshadowing of this, right? When that winter storm hit New York, hey man, you had people that was looting in Buffalo, okay, breaking into these different stores, stealing shit, right? And this has been a constant theme, man, since this pandemic. So it's showing you that look, when these doors close again, hey man, it's gonna be all hell. Okay. It says, for the earth shall be wasted and the city shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. So if ain't nobody out here cutting the grass and shit, right? Tilling the earth, sowing the earth, that means the earth is gonna be overgrown, man. You got plants growing up these buildings, vines gonna be overtaking everything. All right, and we see that in these different shows, man. All right, but that's prophecy, okay? And that's what I wanted to grab, okay? Because that is prophecy, right? All right, so when we go back, Salakia. All right. All right, we go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 6. Salakia, man, hey, my tablet it's cold out, so my tablet ain't really working like it should be. All right, but nonetheless, 2nd Ezra 6 and 23. It says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man hear it, they shall suddenly be afraid. So trumpets represent warning. Okay, so what's going to be happening to where that warning is going to give a sound that everybody is going to be afraid, man? War. Okay, war, right? You know, when they declare C-19 a national emergency, right? That represents the trumpet, man. That represents that warning going out. Hey, people dying because of this virus. Hey, people over there dying in Ukraine. People dying in Russia. Hey, that's that warning, man. That's that trumpet. It says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man hear it, they shall suddenly be afraid. And the men of the Lord are blowing that trumpet. We warn you of these things that's coming. It says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours shall they not run. Okay, so like I vaguely mentioned earlier, drought. Okay, these different hydroelectric dams shutting down, right? Different droughts. Hey, that's the water's not running, man. Okay, so you can prepare for a time of a water shortage. Okay, not being able to get water, right? And all these various things, man. Okay, it says, whosoever remaineth from all these that I told thee, or Shalakia, that I told thee shall escape and see my salvation in the end of your world, man. So what scripture's telling us that these are prophecies that's going to be playing out, all right, at the end of the world, man, right? So you can expect these things to come, okay? You can expect these things, man. All right, so when we circle back, all right, to these events playing out, all right, like I mentioned, you got the retail apocalypse with all these major retail stores, all right, they shutting down, man. Okay, they've been closing thousands of stores, all right, and that's why you're hearing about all these layoffs. And, you know, we sound like a broken record. You know, we pretty much beating we beating a horse at this point, but at the end of the day, man, this is what we're called to do, okay? We're supposed to prophesy and give our people warning, all right? Whether they take heed or whether they forbear, you can't say you wasn't warned, man, right? All right. Okay, and also want to go into the fact that when you deal with that war over there, man, which is likely going to cause these doors to be shut, you know, when they declare a national emergency and bring in martial law, hey, you got it to where the U.S. they've just they just set up a military base on the border of Poland. Okay, on the border of Poland and Ukraine, the U.S., right, have just set up a military base, man. All right, they got armored vehicles, armored troops, different air base, you know, troops over there, right? Why, man? Because they know that real soon, all right, Russia is about to invade Ukraine again. All right, so they pretty much ready. All right, they gearing up, and they pretty much ready at this point, man. You know, Babylon has been dragging their feet, you know, but now it's to the point to where, you know, there's no more hiding, man. All right, there's no more hiding, man. So look, we seeing shit about to pop off in a major way with that war, all right? And everything's is mounting up, man. And these different events is gonna cause these doors to be shut in these streets, okay? And again, man, you ain't gonna be able to say you wasn't warned. All right, we've been telling you this shit, and the people don't listen, but hey, it is what it is, okay? It is what it is, man, all right? Because these are the times on the earth, all right? Okay, I'm gonna grab another preset. and we're gonna close out in a minute, man. All right, points pretty much being made. All right. So I'm gonna grab this in Revelation 18:8. All right, it says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Okay, going into this time period we living in. All right, it says death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her, man. And that's going into America, Babylon the Great. So, hey, you about to see why this shit about to collapse, right? Just like the capital in China, right? Just like when you look at Europe, all right, those nurses going on strike, the different protests and shit because of inflation. Hey, these major world economies, man, they're through. All right, they about to close their doors again. The airport's going to shut down, right? Which we seen the airport shut down because of that winter storm, right? And because of C-19 3 years ago. So you can just expect all these things to come, man. All right, and the writing's pretty much on the wall at this point. Okay, but yeah, this gonna be a quick hit, man. You know, the point's pretty much being made. All right, ain't no point in just standing out in the cold, you know, for nothing. You know, the point's being made. All right, so with that, I want to say Kwame Yasharala. All right, I'm gonna say DTA. All right, Wah Baba Ba, and I'm give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashim Rakha HaKadosh. All right, Shalom.